Sup everybody, it's D's Bro. I got a reaction. I'm about to react. Jesse Lee Peterson. Another one. Man, great interviews and it's awesome. I like watching it because both sides with it. And this one, George, this person, the guest right there, he used to play hoop together in summer in 1992. So he's probably, I guess that he's a teacher and and he's actually trying to help right there into the black community where he's from and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. So what they're talking about it. So let's go into it. So he used to play hoop with George Floyd. Ooh, ooh. All right, let's go.
Here's what I'll say. If you look at in the wake of George Floyd's murder, and I think we'll agree on this, the Democrat-led House, Nancy Pelosi, they managed to pass nothing. There was not a single reform that came out of Nancy Pelosi's House in the wake of George Floyd's murder, which was
But at least they made a statue of him. They tore down all the noble statues of the great white men who built and founded and built the greatest country, right? They tore down all those statues and put up a statue of George Floyd, an unemployed, according to the report, unemployed drug addict with a criminal record. They put up a statue of him, and now when my little child walking down the road, look at Daddy, there's a black statue. What did he do? I'm gonna have to say he was according to all the report, he was a drug addict. He was a criminal. He was unemployed. He was a mess. That's why he has a statue. Does that make sense?
Well, do you think Nathan Bedford Forrest was a great man? Please say no.
I'm asking, does that make sense? They put up a drug addict statue while tearing down the noble statues of the men who made the country great, and put up a drug addict statue, according to the report. Does that make sense?
Well, so I don't like that we would label. I think George Floyd was a human being. And actually, how about this for small?
Everybody's a human being. But was he a good human being? I mean, we don't know the personal thing about that, so I'm not sure. But you just know that he's all the way in prison multiple times. He used to rob people. He used to have a drug problem all the time. He just got locked up right there for a drug problem right there too. Got fined about that stuff. They found him with a friend. If you've seen that one the year before that stuff happened with him. So that's what we know about him. Like what? But we're gonna make him a big thing about him. Like, oh, this guy. Oh man, look it. He was a good person. That's what I believe. They're saying that we gotta fight this kind of stuff. Like fight what? This dude. Like, I don't know, man. And plus, oh, man, let's just keep going. I can keep going about this thing.
They put up a statue of a drug addict.
Let me finish. He was a teammate of mine the summer of 1992.
Who?
George Floyd and I hooped together.
Oh, yeah? Did y'all smoke pot together, too?
And he was a really good dude.
Hold on, let me go back. That was like the fastest reply with that right there.
Pot together, too?
Hold on, my bad.
And the summer of 1992.
Who?
George Floyd and I hooped together.
Oh, yeah? Did y'all smoke pot together, too?
And
he didn't even answer that.
A really good dude. And he obviously had problems later in life. But understand this. The statues aren't a celebration of drug use. The statues are that George Floyd is now attached to a cause as a murder.
A radical cause that make no sense.
Well, I don't agree with that at all. And there's a statistical mountain of evidence to support me on this issue, including some of the stuff we've already talked about. Like if 24 out of 25 off-duty black cops report being systematically harassed off-duty in New York City, not Alabama or Mississippi, I think that's pretty strong evidence that this remains a problem. But now I'm curious. Please tell me you don't think Nathan Bedford Forrest, who's had statues taken down, please tell me you don't think he is a great guy.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, he was a Confederate general who later founded the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, I love him.
No. Well,
Dang, he said he came back so fast with it too. Oh, I love him.
Amazing.
I'm like the emoji. doing this right now.
Would you rather have that statue?
Are you trolling me? Are
Would
you
you
trolling me?
Would you rather have the statue of a man that did something noble, or some statue of a black guy that was a drug addict?
You're not pro KKK, are you?
Who?
You're not pro KKK, are you?
I'm neither for or against. And get this, I grew up in the South. I grew up under Jim Crow laws, and the blacks were better off then than they are today.
Well, there's not much evidence to support that either.
What?
There's not much evidence to support that either.
That's because the blacks have destroyed everything.
No, I'm saying that if you look at especially economics, there's not a single area where black people are not better off in 2023 than they were in 1950.
Really?
Yeah, not one. Economically. Now listen, there are black people who I think I thought generally you would disagree with, but maybe not. There are people who say that integration was the worst thing to happen to black people. Because
forced integration was the worst thing. The worst thing that's ever happened to the blacks, other than the abortion thing, was the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement took blacks to their knees and they have never taken their knees off the blacks. The blacks got worse under the so-called civil rights movement than any other time in the history of America.
If you're looking at tangible economics, that's not true.
No. Well,
how? Let's see what he says. How?
Now, if you want to make the case that, I'll tell you this: you're the only person I've ever met who, in one moment, sounds pro KKK, and the next moment sounds pro Nation of Islam. You're the only person I've ever met who can jump around like that, because the nation is largely anti-integration as well.
I'm not anti-integration. I'm anti-forced integration, because you can't make someone love you, and that's what they tried to do. Make the white man bow down to the black man and love him anyway.
Well, but on the topic of, if we're looking at tangible, measurable economic factors, black folks are much better off in 2023 than they were in 1953.
No, they're not.
How? I don't know, man, because criminal, just for everything, not just black, but everything else, everything's up. And then no fathers, just didn't having freaking all that stuff, freaking, yeah, man, there's so many things right there. It's just, you don't have just like a mom, you just give a check right there. It's not having a father with your kids right there, welfare and everything else like that. I don't know, man, what this dude's talking about, but he probably just don't see. This is one thing I'm just gonna say this. You have people like him that he doesn't understand these kind of things like this. He just seen this like in the goggles, like, or having something right there from a farther right there. He's looking right there. He's just seeing it. He's like, oh, it doesn't look that bad. Oh yeah, maybe I can say something. But then he can't really have anything to really talk about it because he's not there. Like, he's just what he heard from somebody. And that's why people like him, he doesn't understand that stuff, man. It's hard to have a conversation with people like that. And then it's always about complaining. No, he's not complaining. It's just, it's better, or, it's like his stuff is basically trying to say, oh, I feel bad for them. That's what he's saying this right there, man. And that's not cool. Like, you can't say that about that. You got to just push yourself and believe yourself. You get better. You can't just... The way he's talking like that.
Tangible economic measures.
Because
let me see this.
Because everything is given to them now. They're not earning it. They have affirmative action. So the blacks are not earning it. They may have more money or maybe better wealth, but it's not because they are earning it. It's because they are taking it by force from the white man, because the white man is afraid to say no.
Now, wait a minute. So, one, affirmative action was passed by an all-white Congress and signed by a white president. So to say
unfortunately,
to say that black people are taking based on that,
they're not earning their way.
It's really unfair to say
they're not earning their way.
Like, I was talking about that too. Like, my sister, because we're Mexican, Filipino, different fathers and everything. But like, I'm trying to say, she's more Filipino, and she had a 3.8. And you're going to tell me that people, just because they're black, they have a 2.8 and they get to go any college they want to, but she can't because she's not black. That's and because and then she has better all those tests. It's all higher than her and stuff. That doesn't make no damn sense, man. You should be the best person. Should be able to go where she wants to go right there. For jobs or school or everything else right there. Not for color. It's about if you perform and what you do. It should be that. It should always be like that. Not because, oh, I just feel bad for you. That's basically right there.
Well, hold on. I'm refuting a specific thing you said. You said that blacks were taken, but that isn't the case. That was a white Congress and a white president that started affirmative action, and the Supreme Court has just struck it down.
Good.
But you're acting like there is some C student with miserable grades and a crime record, and Harvard's just letting them on in because they happen to be black.
That is right. Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
They
Jesse,
say we can't pass the white test. We need to not have the test or lower the standard.
That's not true.
See, I was just saying right there from the black. I'm saying like some people that's not black or white, like my sister right there. Told you, she's Mexican, Filipino, more Filipino though. With a same father, different fathers, and told you, man, 3.8 graduated. Somebody that's 2.8. They have multiple people that have multiple different colleges they could probably go to. But her, she can't. She got just one. But I'm just trying to say, like, is that cool? I don't think it's not. Someone that's basically A, and the person's having a C, like a C plus or barely a C plus. Oh yeah, it's a C plus. Come on, dude, stop it.
The average SAT for getting into Harvard for kids who aren't white or Asian is a tiny bit lower. Now, you could be against that, and we can talk about that. But to act like they're just giving away Harvard admission slots.
They are.
Any black person they find.
They are.
Simply not true.
No, it is true.
Damn. Interesting. Man, see, how could people want to just always try to help and, you don't understand, this kind of thing, but they don't know about it, man. I just do. Oh, man, it's so freaking hilarious, man. Man, like, I mean, there's always some teachers like that when I'm younger, too, when they talk to other people, trying to have a conversation. But the thing is, like, this is one thing to me, right? I used to go to a small business class when I'm in high school, okay? And it used to be 2 hours. And it used to be like the first it was the first time they had it. It was early, and then after lunch break, they had a second time of a small business to be like different people and stuff. Now, the same teacher, both of them, he used to say the one before, it was quiet. People don't ever argue or nothing. And then in the second half, when it was like me and we said about like 6-7 black people in it, and they still always argue all the time with the teacher, and they used to always talk hella stuff all the time. We thought, man, dude, it was crazy. And then she's always say when we're arguing, or they're always arguing, like, how come you don't talk like the other ones before? And then I want to be like, well, hey, maybe because it's early and people don't want to argue early or something. Or they say something like that, but I don't know, man. So that makes, and I went to the class early one time because I seen it because I went to use the bathroom and I look at the same class, and it's only just one black dude. So he's probably just chilling like, I can't really argue with nobody like that. I don't know, man. But then that one, it was like 3-4 Mexicans too, and Asian dude, and it was just like 3 white people, and they were just chilling, Yeah, man. But hey, that's what happened. It is what it is, man. But hey, that teacher, man, he wants to be a medal, to help, I guess. Good for him. That's gonna make him happen. Good for him. All right, man. Like and subscribe, show love. Hit me on the comments. Tell me what you think about this. All right, peace.